Welcome to the cafe. To finish off this season, I'm going to read another short story, this one called The Long Dead Boy. Once upon a time, there was a 10-year-old girl who lived in London in a very old house. She hated the house. It was cold and damp all the time. Plus, not a single friend would visit because it was believed by everyone that a ghost lived in the house. The little girl was curious about the ghost, but nobody would talk to her when she asked questions about it or its history. The house was scary, and some nights were worse than others. For one night, when she was in her room reading, late into the hours of the eve, the lamp suddenly went off. She thought the light had simply died, and not wanting to bother her mother, who was already sleeping, she put down her book and prepared to sleep. All of a sudden, there was a quiet knocking on the window next to her bed. She saw the reflection of a boy about her age reflected on the window glass. When the girl turned to look about her room, she saw nothing. She got out of bed and went over to her lamp. Feeling something wet on the ground, she flicked on the lamp, which now worked, and saw a red stain where she was standing. But then it disappeared as quickly as it came. It wasn't blood, because the red was too bright, almost pink like paint. She went up and scratched at the purple wall of her room, and, believe it or not, behind the purple paint was pink, the same dark shade that had been on the floor. The girl ran out of her room towards her parents, and then she saw something that made her open her mouth to scream, though no sound came out. The attic door was right above her staircase, so high up only her dad could reach, and hanging from it was a noose, the thing they hung people on. The girl ran back to her room, and now there was a body in her bed. She grabbed her camera to take a picture. She wanted proof. She wanted to know in the morning if what she saw was dream or real. So she took a picture of her bed and without looking at it ran to get her mother. Grumpily and groggily, her mother came up the stairs. The girl pointed to where the noose had been, but now it was just a piece of string from her mother's sewing kit. She led her mother up to her room to show her the child's body, but now there was nothing. As her mother turned to leave, the girl remembered the camera. She grabbed it and turned it on, showing it to her mother. There was no longer a photo of her bed. Instead was a photo of a teenage boy with a red mark wrapped around his neck, and pink paint all over his dirtied, torn clothes. Her mother told her to stop joking around. However, her mother had a look of fear upon her face, and when the girl asked what was wrong, the mother simply said, "He is back." The little girl never saw the boy again, and her mother refused to talk or tell on who he was. The door is always open.